Whoa.
He looks just like you.
Shadow enters our story with a bang, and he's a challenge unlike anything Team Sonic has ever faced.
Knuckles!
We're all very excited to have the arrival of Shadow into the franchise.
Who is this guy?
To be a part of Sonic 3 and playing Shadow is very special.
Shadow the Hedgehog had debuted in a game called Sonic Adventure 2, which was a massive hit.
We've taken big aspects of that game and made them the centerpiece of our plot in this movie.
He was so successful and so popular that Sega decided, hey, we're gonna give him his own video game. So Shadow the Hedgehog was a standalone title. This company I work for was hired to create animation for that game. And so that was my first exposure to Shadow, was actually getting to animate the character and to work on that first game of his. And now, almost 20 years later, to put all of that excitement and energy into a story with Sonic and Shadow going head to head, it's just a dream come true.
Yes, Keanu! You are a national treasure. Mwah.
There was only one name I think anyone ever thought of when it came to voicing Shadow, and that was, of course, Keanu Reeves.
He was our only choice. We're so glad he said yes, and he's just incredible in the movie.
When I got the invitation to play the character of Shadow, I was like, what? Yes.
Well, when I heard that Keanu Reeves wanted to play Shadow, I said, oh, all right. And then I went.
The fans' reaction when we announced that Keanu was going to be Shadow, it was like a bomb exploded.
Pretty sick, right?
You hear people just screaming, like, oh my God! It was so cool to see the love.
Keanu is a legend. Whatever he does, he brings icon status to it. So it was fascinating to see him pull together Shadow.
I want revenge.
He just imbues characters with these traits that are amazing. Actors of that caliber and quality just make the characters come alive.
He's got a very unique voice. It's very different from Sonic.
Don't try to follow me.
He's the perfect guy for the part, because Shadow has that sympathetic, brooding kind of darkness that Keanu has mastered so brilliantly.
You feel all that anger and anguish and sadness in Keanu's voice.
This is who I am inside.
It has this determination, but also darkness at the same time, and he brings that to it.
He's been played differently in the games, and trying to take that in, but then also play my version of it.
What did you do? What I had to.
And then fit in with the other voices.
Who are you?
You're a colorful bunch.
Didn't want to go too low with Shadow because Knuckles is there.
Understood.
And I didn't want to go too high because Ben and Sonic are there. So trying to find that spot of the voicing and the emotion was hard work.
It's done. Good work, Shadow.
There are probably 4 times as many Sonic lines in this movie as Shadow lines.
What?
But when he does say something, it's really meaningful, and that creates an opportunity from an acting standpoint just to really make the most of those lines.
I don't know anything about my home.
My voiceover sessions were intense because there's such a broad range of feeling to get to the revenge and then the tenderness with Maria.
What he brought and how hard he worked to get each of those lines perfectly, it was just incredibly inspiring.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
Shadow, of course, gives us a whole nother world to explore as this alter ego of Sonic.
There's so many great parallels between Sonic and Shadow. They come to Earth, they meet these humans who have a huge impact on their lives.
Shadow's a what-if version of that.
I'm nothing like you.
We'll see.
What if Sonic didn't meet Tom and Maddie? What is the character that he would become?
Sonic has gotten the happy ending, has the family, has the friends. Shadow had a lot of that taken away from him.
He saw the loss of his friend, Maria. He blames Gunn, and he's looking to have revenge.
And so now he's dealing with these intense emotions, and he wants to go after the people responsible for all that.
You will have justice.
In terms of sheer power, he's just bigger and better at everything.
He's faster than Sonic, stronger than Knuckles, and with his powers of teleportation, he seems to be invincible. But he's not. He's just showing up in other places.
Boo.
We're seeing Sonic and Knuckles and Tails taking their best shot, and Shadow is just too much for them to handle.
I mean, come on, it's not even a contest.
Where are your friends?
If I go into my inner Shadow, Sonic's no match for me.
He's an unstoppable force. He's by far the darkest character.
When we're done, there won't be anything left to rule.
With any good story, you just want to keep challenging your hero to become better versions of themselves and have to rise to the occasion.
They end up making each other better through combat, and I really liked that journey in the story.
The light shines even though the star is gone.
There's so much depth to him as a character that we know fans just hold in the highest regard. So we take that responsibility very seriously.
I hope people like my Shadow. I hope so.
Shadow is the most dangerous and exciting character we've ever brought into the Sonic universe. He's going to challenge Sonic like nothing we've ever seen before, and he's going to change the dynamic of how this entire franchise works.
This movie, at the heart, it's joy, relationships, connection, and amazing characters.
They're a family, and it's really, really sweet to see.
The day you came to this planet is the day all our lives changed forever.
And we became a family.
The family element has always been the beating heart.
You guys, I don't know what to say, except, let's party! Okay, Tom and Maddie, count us down.
Right. Don't worry, little sibling rivalry is healthy.
Then on your marks, get set, go!
One of the things that we always strive for is that Sonic's family feels like a real family.
We just go to therapy and work this out. I think the secret to the Sonic franchise is the characters. That's what people are connecting with emotionally. Seeing Sonic as that sort of kid who felt like an outsider, see him get that family, get that connection. And then we bring in Tails and Knuckles. It's a very non-traditional family, and to get to see Tika and James and how they build that support and love for their children, it's awesome.
The blended family. People from all these different backgrounds coming together, and it doesn't matter because they love each other. It's a beautiful thing.
It's great to be back together.
We're stronger than ever.
And nothing is gonna stand in our way.
The parental dynamic between Tom and Maddie and Sonic continues to evolve. He's getting into his teenage years now, so he's spreading his wings a bit.
It's great to see that dynamic and how he plays off Maddie and Tom, and then how he plays off like his best friends. I'm fine, guys. And before you ask, I handcuffed myself for tactical reasons that I do not have time to explain.
Tom and Maddie have these 3 boys that are ragtag team of kids that are just trying to wrangle all the time.
It's not a competition. You see Maddie still being the nurturer that she is, but definitely more loose with Sonic and Knuckles and Tails.
Tails is the little brother, and he's trying to keep up with his 2 older siblings.
You shouldn't have gone off on your own. We're supposed to be a team.
They have their sibling rivalry, but it's all in good fun.
Are you Detective Pikachu?
Yes, he is.
He does look like a Pokemon.
Knuckles now is part of the family. He really fits in.
You'll never take us alive, foul beast.
Calm down, Knuckles.
Still got his quirks, and the family's still a bit like, okay, Knuckles, but the synergy between